Well, hello YouTube fans out there today. How are you guys today? Well, I want to show you guys my collection of calls. I have brand new and some antique calls as well. I don't know if you guys collect calls. That'd be kind of very interesting to find out if you guys collect calls too. But these are my model calls. I have them displayed on a brown bookshelf, by the way. I have total of 4 shelves full of calls. The 5th one is emptied right now because I don't have any more calls. So I'm kind of running out of space for doing them on my shelf. I don't know if I need a big old shelf or not, but I'm like filling up my shelf with calls here. I mean, I love collecting these model calls and stuff like that. They're kind of very interesting. And also, this is a hobby I like to do. I like to buy calls, collect them, and put them together. Let's go ahead and show you the first shelf of calls. Here is the first set of calls on the top shelf here. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can see, I have Allen calls kind of sitting kind of there on my shelf. Let's go to the second shelf. So you guys can see the collection of calls I have. I have so many calls I don't know what to do with on the shelf. Really don't know. Let's go ahead and go to the third shelf of all types of calls. Now, some of them are not all calls. Some of them is different styles of antique calls. And the reason why I like to buy these collection of different calls is to put them together and collect them. Now, some of these be worth something, but some of them won't be worth anything because that's a hobby, it's a collection. I collect them and I put them on my brown bookshelf, and that's where they stay. I don't know where else to put them, you know. I don't have a fancy wall-to-wall bookshelf kind of thing to put my display of collection of calls in. And by the way, I don't know, guys, you guys collect calls. What's the history of these calls? I honestly tell you the truth, I don't know any of the histories of these calls. I just buy them, put them together, and collect them. And you stay on my shelf for a year before I decide to change it around again and move stuff around. Now let's go and show you some of these collection here of my calls. Now, I have a very antique call over there. If you guys can see inside the Christmas kind of box, can you show me who that guy is? And we just got all random calls, kind of different mix-max calls here. They're all collections of calls I do or build and stuff like that. But I don't know a lot of history about these calls or what the histories of these calls really are, guys. But if you guys collect calls, that would be super awesome. I would like to know you guys what your calls look like and what's your history of your calls and why do you collect these kind of calls and this type of hobby and stuff like that. But it's a good hobby to get into. But remember, you're gonna need a wall full of bookshelves. Like a wall full of bookshelves kind of thing, but not with books on it, but kind of like this with calls on it, stuff like that. But I have different ideas I want to do with my calls. I don't know what to do right now. I would like to actually keep some of the dust down off my calls. I would like to put some type of plastic glass window on this tile bookshelf itself. If that's even possible, I don't know. But I buy these kind of cool looking shelves kind of things. The single call cases I buy those. I have actually 4 of them. and stuff like that. But I don't know how to keep the dust down, guys. If you have a way to keep the dust off the calls, I would like to know in the comments below if you have any suggestions on how to keep the dust off my calls, because I just took this whole shelf and all my calls off of it and just literally undusted everything. You should see the amount of it. Was a lot of dust on most of my calls, but you can see I am running out of room. That's why I don't really buy that many calls anymore, because I'm just running out of room on my shelf. But you know, it's very interesting to collect these calls. What value does these calls have? Well, it only depends on what the value of that call is inside the original package and stuff like that. If you do this as a hobby, I recommend keeping them in the original package. Don't take them out and kind of thing out of the package and stuff. But if you guys have any idea on how to minimize the dust off of my calls and keeping them look a little bit nicer and cleaner, let me know in the comments below, please, guys, because I just hate the dust on my calls, and I hate to constantly undust my calls and stuff like that. But this is a very good hobby to do. I mean, I can show you guys on the difference of my calls. Here's my first shelf of calls. I have some of these calls. Some of them are brand name calls, some of them are real name calls and stuff like that. But I don't know all of the names of these calls. I'm not going to. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's a lot of these calls I do know the names of. Like, it's a lot of the calls I don't know the names of. But this is just my collection. This is what I collect. And I do know some of the names of these calls, by the way. Some of them I do know, some of them I don't know. Don't know, guys. I mean, hey, this is just something for fun I do. It's a collection of antique and new kind of calls on the same bookshelf. But if you're more of an antique kind of person, put your antiques on one bookshelf and put the newer calls on a separate bookshelf, and then you know what calls are going to be worth more in a later year or later year and stuff like that. Well, let's talk about this guy. Now this guy is a pretty old call right there. The one in the Santa box or gift box here. I think you guys can see the name and the year. It's a pretty old call. I'm gonna just give you guys a close up of these calls for you guys to know which ones are which here. To see if you know which names of these guys. That'd be grateful to help me out for the name of each of these calls. There's that one. Bring him over to this guy. There's that one. That one there. But yeah, I just like doing collections of calls. It's kind of cool. But I'm just showing you guys on either individual calls. See if you guys know any of the names to these calls. But like I said, they're very unique calls I collect over the years, guys. Every single call I have, not every single call I have, but the collection is getting bigger and bigger over the years, guys. But if you know any of these calls names, please leave them in the comments below, because I would like to know the history and the year of these calls being made. If you guys if you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please like if you like my collection of calls. Please share. Peace out. Bye, guys. We'll keep you updated on my collection of calls if I have any more calls to collect. Alright, guys. Later, YouTube fans out there, though. Peace out.